Well, people, I welcome you to Vincent Aboubakar. Today we are having a wonderful time here in our studios, and today we just finished watching a match between Cameroon and Burkina Faso. Yes, at a point we all thought it was over. It was over for Cameroon. I mean, to host and to get a fourth position wouldn't have been so much of a pleasant issue for them. I mean, looking at the facial expression of Samuel Eto'o, it didn't look so good. But then hopefully some magic happened. I mean, around the 60th minute, they were down by 3-0 by the Burkina Faso guys, and then they really proved that they can. I mean, Vincent Aboubakar has been a phenomenal captain. He led the team to victory. Today with me here on the show, I have my brother Nat, all the way from Ghana. He's here. We'll have a quick discussion. I mean, he is the man who understands the ins and outs of sports, and he's the CEO of Legendo Sports. If you don't know about Legendo Sports, this is Legendo Sports.
Legendo Sports. Legendo Sports.
Yes, Legendo Sports happens to be your one-stop sporting YouTube channel that gives you all the accurate information when it comes to the world of sports. They give you the detailed. We are a multi-channel entertainment and a bit of sports, so mostly we try to have the professionals from Legendo to do the discussion with them. So you can follow them on YouTube, Legendo Sport, for detailed sports analytics. My brother is in the house. I'll get him on the line so that we find out what went wrong on the side of the Burkina Faso players. Cameroon, I mean, after their defeat with Egypt, we felt there was nothing special they could deliver, but here we are. They took the 3rd position. Nat, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, bro.
Yes, I believe you enjoyed the match between Burkina Faso and Cameroon. Yes, what was your observation throughout the match?
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thanks very much for the acknowledgement and also the kind of push you are giving my channel on YouTube. Yeah. That's Legendo Sports.
Yes,
I'm very grateful. Yeah, but coming into the game itself, I think the Burkinabés led themselves, down. They after leading by 3-0, everybody thought they will be, protecting the 3 goals that they have, and then secure the 3rd place option, so that it can give some hopes, back in Burkina Faso right now, because of the political unrest. They wanted to use this opportunity by ensuring that Burkina Faso will get at least to the finals and possibly win the cup, but they couldn't. So you have the option of playing the 3rd of against the host nation. First half, you were leading by 2-0. Second half, you came back to add another goal to it and summing up your goals to 3. Then you left yourself down. For Bahoken, then Vincent Aboubakar, who was introduced in the second half to get the 3 maximum goals for Cameroon to extend the game to penalty shootout. I think they have disappointed themselves, not only their country back home, but in all, this Burkina Faso side has been superb in this AFCON. They are being aided by a local coach who has been able to guide them through to this particular stage of the competition. And I think throughout the tournament, they exhibited, good football. They were in the same group with Cameroon, that's in Group A, and they lost the first game by 2-1 to Cameroon. So this particular game was sort of retaliation or a revenge for Burkina Faso, but they couldn't stand onto their feet to protect the lead that they had in the first half, then early part of the second half, by allowing Cameroon to come into the game 15 minutes to end the game, Cameroon were able to score 3 1 goals, and that is superb. It tells you the kind of mentality these boys have and the kind of patriotic they are for their country. And for you to sit down in your host in your own country, then you won't be able to win the tournament. Neither for you to also, get your hands on the third place trophy. Then hey, it could have been a suicidal for Cameroonians. You remember their their game that saw them to the semi-final stage. They recorded the stampede just
Yeah.
because they won. Cameroon won, and everybody was in the, joyous mood, and they have to. Everybody want to go onto the into the stadium and have a glimpse of the kind of football the Cameroonians are playing. So I think they've done well, but I think Burkina Faso have let themselves down. Then they've also disappointed their country as well. But I think Burkina Faso, the Burkinabes back home, will be able to pardon them. They've really done well. It is not easy to play against a host nation in a third or fourth place like this. They will do everything. They have the support of the country, everybody, their fans in the stadium will be trooping behind the host nation to win the tournament. So, or to win that third place option. So
Yeah.
they've done well, but I'm a bit disappointed that they let themselves down by coming to the game in around 75th minute for Cameroon to come and score or equalize one of the goals and eventually they were able to add the two other goals for them to extend the game to penalty shootout, and the penalty shootout, Burkina Faso couldn't give the necessary result that they needed to ensure that they win the third place option. So Cameroon has done well, but Burkina Faso let themselves down.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine said something which was quite funny and interesting, that this match between Burkina Faso and Cameroon is just like Ghana versus Nigeria, because Cameroon happens to be on top of Nigeria, Burkina Faso happens to be on top of Ghana, if he was right there. So it was just like Ghana and Nigeria meeting.
Apparently, geographically, I think Cameroon and Nigeria share borders on the west. From
Okay.
Cameroon, you are going to from Nigeria,
Yeah,
you're going to Cameroon. Unlike Ghana and Burkina Faso is on top of us.
Yes, so like two
geographically.
brothers countries.
So,
But
yes.
we have two people in this particular match that people are speaking so much about them. One is Vincent, and then one is the keeper of Cameroon. I think at the early stages during the first half, he was actually trending on #1 on Twitter. I think his name is Onana or something like that. And for some funny reason,
Yes,
people
Andrew
felt
Onana.
that he's very, very disappointing kind of a keeper. For him to concede 3 goals within that first half, a 2, and then another one at the second half, they felt like, no, he doesn't deserve to be a first keeper for a country like Cameroon. Did you make some observations about his performance as well?
Apparently, this tournament, Andrew Onana hasn't been that superb. Hasn't been in that super form that we all know about him. And he has been one of the top goalkeepers in Europe when it comes to African goalkeepers who are making names and making mark in Europe. He plays for Ajax Amsterdam in Netherlands, and for the past 4 years, he has been the number one safest pair of fans for the Ajax side, and I think the expectation for him was high coming into this AFCON. So for him to concede such goals, you should understand those who are criticizing him. They know the kind of potentials and prowess Andrew Onana as a goalkeeper has under his sleeves. So they you can pardon them for their for those fans who are registering their displeasure about the kind of goals Andrew Onana conceded in the first half. Looking at the first goal, for example, first goal, and it went straight into the net. So you should understand he's a top goalkeeper by all standard. Before Edward Mendy joined Chelsea, if you are to talk about any of the best, any African best goalkeeper in Europe, it was Andre Onana. So it is a bit surprising that he has dipped in form, and I think he should be working on that, going back to his club side. Then also Vincent Aboubakar, he has been
Yeah,
superb. Yes, I think he has had a fantastic tournament
yeah,
to relaunch his career. A player prior to this AFCON tournament, he was clubless, and he was back
wow,
home trying to find his feet here and there. Yes, he is a former striker for FC Porto. He left there to the Saudi Arabia to ply the street with one Arabian club, and currently back in Cameroon. And with the kind of performance and leadership he exhibited, play for Cameroon throughout the tournament, I believe after this tournament he will be getting some befitting club and to play or to relaunch his career again. Scoring 8 goals in a major tournament like AFCON is a big game, and it's a big thing
yeah,
for Vincent Aboubakar. He has really done well by putting the entire nation on his shoulders, taking them through from the group stage through to the third and fourth place, and he came back into a game. 15 minutes, he was able to score 2 maximum goals to ensure that they will equalize that 2 deficit they were owing against Burkina Faso to extend a game to penalty shootout, and he deserved it. And I'm not surprised that tomorrow, I know tomorrow by the end of the Senegal and Egypt game, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised per the records. Vincent Aboubakar will be the top scorer, and if possible, best player of the tournament as well. Because I mean, he has been really good. He
yeah,
has been really good. The numbers speaks for him for any of this category, for him to clinch or win it. So done well. I mean, this Cameroonian side is promising. You know, today they change the entire starting lineup
yeah,
they usually put up in place against their opponent in this AFCON tournament. They really gave a new face in this game against Burkina Faso. Yes. So that's why people were completely surprised. Where is Vincent Aboubakar and the likes here and there? Because Bahoken, who was leading the attack for Cameroon today, hasn't got the opportunity to play in this AFCON tournament. But today, I mean, the chance was given to him and to pair with Toko Ikambe, and they did really well. I think going forward, this Cameroon side, they can build upon that. They shouldn't feel the support. Yes, their motive was to win the AFCON tournament, but if you're able to get a silverware in the third place, then it speaks a lot. All that you have to do is go back to the drawing board, right your mistakes. Then wherever you have the strength in your setup, you continue to strengthen it. Wherever the you find the weakness, you try as much as possible to find an antidote to that. So they've really done a good job. Vincent Aboubakar has really started this tournament.
yeah. Yeah, well, today wouldn't take much of your time, but we could see a lot of disappointment in the face of Eto'o when they lost against Egypt. Do you think that he can be able to console himself with a third position? Because we could all clearly tell that his ultimate mission was to win the AFCON with Cameroon. I mean, you could see his gestures during the matches and you can clearly read from his face. Do you think that he can console himself with a third position?
He has to. He has no option. I mean, sometimes, yes, that's the nature of life.
Yes.
You plan for certain things, but life will also throw back certain things at you.
Yeah.
That you have no option than to accept and move on. It is life. Will end there. If you have that kind of mentality, you'll be able to, come over certain things, and you'll be able to withstand certain things in life and move on. That hey, It is like my target was to win the entire tournament. I couldn't by getting a silverware in the third place. It's befitting before Eto assumed the position as the Fecafoot president. This Cameroonian side were a completed, like they were depleted side. So
I
coming
think
to
I
the
heard
game,
somebody saying that even if they had played the qualifiers, they were not so sure that Cameroon would have made it to this
yes, yes,
AFCON.
yes,
Because,
yes.
I mean,
Coming to this,
the
coming to this
picture that
AFCON,
was
Cameroon,
painted
yes, yes,
wasn't.
their performance was bad. Their performance was bad. So me, I was even surprised the kind of performance they put up in the competition, and
Yeah.
by scoring a lot of goals and getting to the semi-finals, and they nearly, secured a place in the final. But Egypt stopped them, and I think they've done well. They've really impressed me. So Eto shouldn't, feel disappointed. He should raise his head high, then try and do the necessary things to ensure that he will be able to give the people of Cameroon a good and strong, stable lion side going forward. They've done well.
Well, thank you for your contribution. But to wrap it up in just about a minute, Senegal versus Egypt tomorrow. What do you think will carry the day?
This will be a tough game. The reason I'm saying that is I know majority are like my good self. I think Senegal should win.
Yeah.
I think Senegal should win. They
Egypt
have what it
have
takes.
won so many times.
Yes, they've won 7 times. Egypt has won 7 times. If they're able to beat Senegal tomorrow to win the AFCON 2020 tournament, they will be going with the 8th AFCON title.
That shouldn't happen.
The reason why, because I am Ghanaian, but what I'm trying to say is that I think the Senegalese side have come a long way. They've come a long way. Since Aliou Cisse assumed the position as the head coach of the team, and whenever they come to AFCON, they are able to assemble some players for the AFCON tournament. But unfortunately, they've not been able to get their hands on the AFCON trophy. The last edition against Algeria in the finals, they lost to Algeria by just 1 goal, and Algeria was crowned champion. They had all the best players in their side. This time around, they equally have, in fact, best players, best team currently in Africa, because even their bench is strong enough to command the starting lineup in other countries. Wow. And so I think football luck should favor them tomorrow. Yeah. Egypt have that quality of players. Apart from Mohamed Salah, the rest are unknown. But you see, they are playing according to instructions, and they are playing according to their abilities. They don't have that star-started side.
Yeah.
So they play according to their strength. They play according to as a team. So it makes it difficult when you want to play individual football against them. They will outsmart and they will outshine you. Strong mentality, because they know that when it comes to African football, that tradition of being one of the best sides or the best side when it comes to AFCON, and even in Africa interclub competitions, El Ahly and Zamalek have taken a lot, have a lot of dominance in African club football, and that kind of mentality, the same thing that they normally replicate when they come to the national team side. So the Pharaohs, they have a lot of pride to protect tomorrow, and the Senegalese side who also want to break the jinx of not securing an AFCON tournament. For the past 10 years, I think they've been one of the best who always come into the tournament with a lot of stars.
Yeah,
they come with a lot of, even on their bench, like our bench currently, we have the likes of Silva, who was a former goalkeeper, with Ali Cisse himself. Both these two players participated in 2002 World Cup in Korea, Japan, where Senegal defeated France, if you remember.
Yeah.
And they still have a bunch of technical team who are still, a former players are now managing the affairs of the Senegalese national team. Likewise, the Egyptians. The Egyptians still have the legendary goalkeeper Hassan Haidari
Yeah.
on their bench as a goalkeeper's trainer. They have Wayo Goma. Wayo Goma, if Ghanaians remember, 2008 was the defender for the Egyptian national team. He's a top defender. He's also part of the Egyptian national team. So tomorrow, I think the game will be won by the bench, and to some extent, anyone who should play good football and the football luck or the gods of football should visit that particular team will win the AFCON tournament. But I will be happy to see Senegal winning. They've paid their dues to African football or AFCON whenever they come into this AFCON tournament in the past 10 years. They come with a lot of stars. And I think this is the time for them to lose against a North African side like again to Egypt. Last edition they lost to a North African side, which is Algeria. For them, it will be very sad and suicidal and very disappointing to see Senegal losing Egypt tomorrow. And they have all that it takes. They just need luck and fever. Just not fever from referees, no officials, no. But in life, there's criticism that you can take out of life. That's what all of us we are seeking. But in all, to be a encounter and an exciting moment for Africa and the world to see that African football or AFCON has come of age, and those two sides who will be playing have stars like Mohamed Salah, then Sadio Mane, who play in the same team in England for Liverpool. So it will be a game that will command a lot of eyeballs around the world.
Well, interesting submission you have there. So what do we expect from Legendo Sports this week? Last week we had exciting videos from Sule Muntari's training section, and then we all enjoyed it, and then we are looking forward for a very exciting content this week as well. What should we expect in just a brief?
Yes. Currently we have an interview with the CAF president, Confederation African Football president, Patrice Motsepe, the FIFA president Gianni Infantino, about the African Super League. We'll be, briefing. We'll be stuffing the our people and those who want football or love sports. We'll be briefing them. We'll be sharing it very soon. Then also, we have an exclusive insight to Sule Ali Muntari's garage in Italy. So that will be sharing. You know, Sule loves bikes and cars. Yes. And he owns one of the luxurious garage in Italy.
Wow.
So we paid a visit, and they opened their doors for us. Sule has signed for House of Folk here in Ghana. Sule Ali Muntari, former AC Milan and Inter Milan. And before that, so we took the opportunity to go back to Italy and see what Sule has been doing. And he started since 2012, and it is still in existence. And we saw kind of footballers or stars who have been there to change their cars according to their taste. They buy the cars, brand new cars, then they will send it to the garage for Sule Ali Muntari. Then they will change the things. Yeah, they will pimp it. Yes, pimping. So they will pimp it according to the client's satisfaction or taste, and that's exactly we'll be sharing. It was supposed to come today, but today we were doing some stuff behind the scene. You know, we have a lot to do. So when we get the opportunity, yes, a lot on our sleeves and our shoulders. So It is
I
always
can't wait to watch
hectic.
that section because I'm a fan of cars. I love machines a lot, so we'll definitely be looking out for this. Thank you for your time and for your submission. It's been great, and I think in about time we would have to call our sports programs Legendary Sports in some Ghana because this has been a great contribution. I'm sure fans will love it. It's sad that the people that we are speaking about are all French people, Burkina Faso and Cameroon, but definitely the English fans will definitely follow, especially with the Nigerian people that love Cameroon so much, and the Ghanaians that love Burkina Faso. Definitely.
Yeah, because and the Ghana Nigeria game too, we will do something on that.
Definitely.
Yeah, we will do something.
Definitely. So we'll end it here. We'll meet same time tomorrow after the final match. We'll decide who is the winner. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Thank you for having me on your platform.
All right, bro.
Legendo Sports. Legendo Sports.